up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. I hope y'all are doing all right out there. I had to take some time and deal with my pet child, whatever. Child, he is in that time, age, or frame, you know, like teenagers. He want to do what he want to do. So anyhow, I hope everybody is doing well. What's going on here? Okay, everybody doing well. If y'all are interested in any of our book club information, any of our Patreon information, all that stuff is listed down below. I know this is like a day late or what may have you. Like I said, I have been busy, but nonetheless, I am here with a tea talk, y'all. Y'all see I got my house coat on, so get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close. Okay, now I'm not going to really tarry too long about this tea talk topic. I got 3 main points, but I do have a story time behind what today's tea topic is. Okay, now a lot of times, you know, when we decide that we want to do something with ourselves that will make it so that our life, our future, comes with ease and we're able to enjoy it and everything like that, it comes to a time, a point where we outgrow people. And so when we outgrow people, but we still try to make it so that we implement them into, you know, where we're elevating to go, and how it is that we try to keep a relationship going, knowing damn well it's not going anywhere. Not because you two don't have nothing in common, but for the simple fact being is like at that point time, in case your, you know, what's the word, y'all destinations will have y'all veer off to different directions, correct? Okay, well, you know, you don't lose touch with that person. It's just, you know, where it is that you're trying to touch and go to, it may not be any seats for them. So we need to talk about this topic in form of when we make that decision to go our separate ways. What's the reason? What's the point behind it? And so we need to talk about, you know, decisions. Yes, we do have those in life, but which ones are you making? At some point in time, we have to understand that the decisions that we make are not best for other people. It's best for us. Amen? Amen. So what I want to talk about in particular is somewhat of pretty much like, to make this relatable, you know, we all have those friends, or we have these type of minded people around where they feel like just because, you know, they feel like they've lived and done more before you have, their life is, you know, complete and that's it. You know, they don't see things from your perspective. They don't want to understand, maybe because they feel like we have it easier, being that we have more technology in our life, in our days to help us function, and they didn't. Shouts out to everybody who got allergies. That comes to be an issue. You know, it's like, look, just because your life, excuse me, was a little bit harder than mine because you didn't have as much technology for you to figure things out, it doesn't mean that my day-to-day is any harder than yours or less than. You know, it's just everybody has their own way of dealing with stuff. So when it comes down to like my relationship with certain people, like friends and family that think like that, okay, well now I'm at that place and I'm at that point where I have to think about where I'm trying to veer off so I'm able to do what I'm set out to do and be purposeful. A lot of times we don't distinguish this moment to actually be a milestone. We distinguish this being a place where we're between a rock and a hard place, and really there is no rock and there is no hard place. You have to keep going just as much as this person has to figure out what they want to do too. But at the end of the day, there's certain things, as I stated before to friends and family, that it comes to a point there, even though, you know, there's a choice and a decision that needs to be made about if you're going to continue to deal with someone, move along with someone, And of course, you know, so happens y'all two are to elevate. This is the place as to where the decision that I make will 9 times out of 10 solely be on my mental health. You know, mental illness is real. I talk about it many times throughout a lot of my videos. I suffer with anxiety and depression. So when I decide that I want to do something that's different, that's going to help me be able to live better, do better, see things better, and evolve, when it comes down to that feeling as if, you know, you're seeming like you're, you know, graduating or elevating above them, I think that's a point in place where we should stop and really think about, in what you're becoming, what are you trying to keep and what are you trying to discard? And one of the things that we need to realize, kings and queens, is that when we decide to evolve and elevate, the one thing that we should want to keep is our peace. Amen. 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 We want to keep our peace. And sometimes people don't understand that when we're at that place where now our decision needs to be made about moving forth. No, this has nothing to do with me not wanting to share my riches or desires or treasures or time. None of that. This has a lot to do with what is it for me that needs to be done so I'm able to be healthy. And if protecting your mental health is to be something important to you, when you decide to elevate, one of your responsibilities to yourself is keeping your peace. So just 3 little things I want to talk about real quick about what peacekeepers do, their characteristics. And, you know, in our book club, we're reading this book called The Bait of Satan. I think I have said it before in a previous video. But in that book, he made a point saying that, look, Jesus offended friends and family. So if so happens someone's sitting there like a bump on the log, hoping, wishing, and praying that you come to them and you apologize and you forgive them, but yet they're not going to make any investment towards y'all trying to mature the relationship and make it evolve, that person may end up reckoning with your peace. So just keep this in mind. 1, a peacemaker avoids confrontation at the risk of compromising truth. At the end of the day, the truth about yourself is you don't want anyone getting you out your character. So if it's easier for you to enjoy your peace being cool, calm, and collected, drinking Kool-Aid or cucumber water, then I wouldn't deal with that person. I wouldn't see it to be a necessity that you have that person come along, because eventually what you put in your body is going to detox out. And if someone always is confrontational, when are you going to ever enjoy the moment that y'all have a healthy relationship? A healthy relationship has a balance, but it doesn't destroy a relationship all because it needs to be one-sided for someone to seem like they have a reason to be around. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, okay, a peacekeeper will go in love and confront, bringing truth, so that the resulting reconciliation can be happening. It can be endured. A lot of people don't want to come to a conclusion. They just want to state the fact of you're right and I'm wrong. Well, if someone's right and someone's wrong, what you gonna do now that y'all understand and distinguish that? You know, truth don't change. So if truth don't change, and now we see what it is that we have to figure out, A, B, C, D, F, G, when it comes to you having to decide part in your ways or continue to go with them, you need to keep in mind how, 1, something's coming into your energy and how something is affecting your energy, because that's what's going to give you the result. It takes a humble person to want to reconcile, and it takes a mature person wanting and willing to change and or compromise to make things more effective for both parties. A lot of times these days we have more stubborn people than we have people that understand. It takes people to make things function. That goes for grocery stores, that goes for parks, that goes for intimate relationships, platonic relationships, you name it. But if it's always seeming to be a thing of if someone does for you, it's an issue. And then it's a thing of someone not doing for you, and it's still a problem. It's you. And you're not the type of common denominator that need to be around. You lose more that way than you actually changing and realizing something ain't working, okay? And when that happens and you realize something's not working, what disrupts your peace is very well something that doesn't work. You're trying to stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to stuff something somewhere it don't need to be and it don't belong. Eventually, it's going to get uncomfortable. And why would you want to be uncomfortable in your own energy about a decision that's a no-brainer? You're supposed to evolve towards your purpose in life. You're not supposed to evolve towards people's behavior and characteristics to have you feel like you have a significance here on earth. Those two sentences don't even sound nowhere near the same. But number 3 is that a peacekeeper won't maintain and invest in artificial and superficial relationships. They refuse to paint on a smile and act like it's okay. Yes, we could turn the other cheek, but between these two and the two that you can't see, honey, that's about it. And I ain't gonna haul off and let you sit here and get nowhere near my face, period. In real life, verbally or biblically. Excuse me. That's exactly what needs to be said. So you need to move on. But anyhow, you know, some people feel like even with you deciding that your mental health and your emotional maturity, you know, how can I say this? Some people see that type of maturity in people, in other people, to be a threat. They're intimidated by it. So when you don't do what they want you to do, all of a sudden it's an issue. When the time comes for you to realize certain things don't work with you, they don't connect for you, they don't give you any type of zeal or chemistry to want to explore more, regardless if that's what people, place, or thing, they don't give you that feeling. You need to make sure your peace is all in one together. Peace. You know, make sure that your foundation is okay, because sometimes the slightest crack can make us unstable. And when we decide that we're going to try to force people in our life that don't have no damn place, purpose, or position, then we find ourselves messed up. Another alternative of that is going back to my story time with friends and family. I had to get to a point in a place that when I decided that my mental health was number one outside of, besides the Lord and my pet child, I had to really look at it from a view of, just because I decided to put myself first for a change, that does not mean that I'm better than the next person. I'm just taking steps towards choosing to be healthier with things that are around me and people that absorb my energy. But when they're comfortable with who you used to be and they're so upset that they can't do the old things with the new you, time to let them go. Ain't no hard feelings. It's just, y'all don't connect like it used to. Some people don't understand that relationships are supposed to grow just like people. You feel me? You think you gonna be walking around here looking like a 5-year-old child with double D's on your chest at 30? No, it don't work that way. Everything evolves. Everything matures. Everything is a lesson. It's almost like a flower growing. At some point, that first stem is going to have to branch off so another one can grow. That goes with friends, family, foes, enemies, you name it. A lot of times, people don't understand that even if it comes to a point in place, people mature and they have to go here to be able to go there. They still have a connection. They still have a flow to be able to feed this stem and feed this stem and feed this branch and feed this flower. They're still all connected, but they're connected now at different places for different reasons. That is a relationship that's trying to mature. But in the midst of you maturing it, please keep your peace. Keep your peace. And if you're going to go out and use your peace in your relationships, don't go with no confrontation. And if you're not comfortable, you don't understand what's going on with them, that's cool. But you don't have to sit there with, you know, a clayed on face, taking any and everything, all because you want to have somebody. Honey, you have peace. Peace is better than anybody, especially when you know where it comes from. So, in between all these allergies, y'all tell me down below what y'all think. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and I will talk to y'all later.